Liberty, Missouri is a great suburb right here in Kansas City. And today we want to give you a full video tour as well as give you some pros and cons so you can decide if Liberty is the place to call home. My name is Micah Mars and this is my twin brother Mason. If you're new to our channel, maybe you're here because you're thinking about making a move to the Kansas City area and you're trying to check out Liberty as an option. If that's you, we've been helping people buy and sell and invest in Kansas City for the last 7 years, and we would love to help you too. You can find all of our contact info right down in the description of this video if you want to check that out. But let's go check out Liberty. Liberty sits on the Missouri side of Kansas City, and it sits just north of the Missouri River on the east side of what you'll often hear called the Northland. Right now we're in the downtown historic area of Liberty. You'll find that Liberty has a pretty suburban feel to the vast majority of it, but this area downtown, like I said, is older, feels really historic, and you'll find this really cool downtown square area. In the middle is actually the Clay County Courthouse, which is just over my shoulder, and then all around it you'll find about 30 different shops and businesses, restaurants, so there's all kinds of things to check out while you're down here. They also host events here as well, so they've got, we're actually right in the middle of October as we're filming this, and so we're heading into Halloween. They're actually going to host here in just a couple of days a trick-or-treating event for kids in the community to come out, and they can walk around to all the different shops and businesses here on the square and grab candy. It's a really cool event to check out, but they do other things as well. They've got a farmer's market they host on Saturdays throughout the summer, and you can go find meat and fresh produce and baked goods, and it really helps to give Liberty a really cool sense of community. There's all kinds of different options for housing here in Liberty, but you'll find that as you move closer to downtown, a lot of the homes get older. They have some really cool kind of historical character. We'll take you by and show you some of those, as well as some other neighborhoods today. But I want to make sure that you see some of what this area has to offer in terms of history.
Another area we wanted to check out is what's called the Liberty Triangle. It's the area that sits just between highways 291, I-35, and 152. It's an area that has a lot of kind of chain restaurants. You'll find Culver's, Olive Garden, Chick-fil-A. I think there's a Mod Pizza, as well as a ton of other just kind of general stores. You got a Hy-Vee grocery store behind me. There's a Lowe's, a Dick's Sporting Goods. So this is really what most of Liberty feels like. So if you live in Liberty, this is where you'll do a lot of your daily life, a lot of your shopping. If you're trying to go find a place to eat for the evening, this is where you'll find a lot of that.
There's been a lot of development, especially to the east side of the Liberty Triangle. And one of those newer places is a restaurant called Hawaiian Bros. It's a fast food chain. I don't know if they have them in other parts of the country, but it's really kind of taken over in the Kansas City area the last couple of years. There's Hawaiian-inspired entrees like chicken and pork, and then comes with like rice and macaroni salad. It's a really good alternative to like a burger if you're looking for something that's a little bit quicker, but still want to be healthy.
Yeah, I always thought it kind of feels like a Hawaiian Chipotle to me. It has a very similar kind of style, but with its own unique flavor.
All right, this is a new construction community here in Liberty called Ellis Crossing. And it hasn't been here terribly long. It's really kind of new. It's not a huge community. They're actually still, a lot of the homes here are still under construction. There's lots available. So there's plenty of opportunity here. Homes typically go in the mid to high $400,000 range, which might sound like a lot depending on where you're coming from. But I'll tell you that in terms of new construction, at least here in Liberty, it is kind of an entry-level price point. So it's a really good way to get in, kind of on the ground floor to new construction. It sits right in this area near William Jewell College, which is a small private college that sits right here in Liberty. And you're only about 5 minutes from the downtown square area that we talked about in the beginning of the video. And you're about probably 10 minutes from a lot of the main shopping that you'll see in the Liberty Triangle. So there's all kinds of different options to be in a new construction place, but still really close to a lot of the heart of what Liberty has to offer. One of the cool things about builders in Kansas City is a lot of them are more local. So you don't find a lot of these big box national builders like you find in a lot of other cities. We do have Summit Homes here, which is a national builder. We had them, it was really only them for the longest time. And then just recently, D.R. Horton, who actually builds a lot of the homes here in Ellis Crossing and Liberty, has come to town. They have a development here in Liberty, and then another one in Platte City, which is also on the Missouri side. So, but it is cool to know that if you're looking for new construction options, you'll find a lot more kind of smaller mom and pop type builders, local folks from right here in Kansas City that still do really great work.
Now let's take a look at some different subdivisions that you'll find here in Liberty. Right now I'm in Clay Woods. It's also attached to other subdivisions called Clay Meadows and Clay Meadows South. Most of these homes were built in the late 90s and early 2000s. Clay Woods tends to be a little bit more expensive. At kind of median in this area is about $450 in this neighborhood. Clay Meadows and Clay Meadows South have some cheaper options in kind of the mid to high threes. There is some new construction options in those neighborhoods as well that start in the low fours and go all the way up to kind of the mid sixes. So there's some good opportunities regardless of price point here in these subdivisions. Now we're in a neighborhood called Liberty Heights. A lot of these houses were built in the 50s and 60s and range anywhere between the low to mid twos. So it's a great affordable option if you're looking to get into Liberty. A lot of the houses in Liberty tend to be on the pricier side, so it can be hard to find more affordable options. So Liberty Heights is a great place to check out if you're wanting to be in Liberty, but are trying to be a little bit more conscious of the budgets. It's a great established neighborhood with a lot of big trees, and so you'll notice this time of year, with it being fall, all the leaves falling around me. It's still, again, minutes away from the downtown square area and the Liberty Triangle, so you're not too far from all the restaurants and shopping that you want to do if you were living here in Liberty. We're on the west side of Liberty now. This area has really kind of exploded over the last couple of years. There's all kinds of new development over here. They just put in a new Andy's Frozen Custard, and we finally have a Whataburger in Kansas City, thanks to Patrick Mahomes. So one of those went in over here on the west side of Liberty too. It really sort of is pushing out further and further west as it gets developed. But also out here is one of the more expensive neighborhoods in Liberty. So if you're looking for kind of more luxury options, they've got that here in Liberty too. A lot of houses in this neighborhood are in the $1 to $2 million range. There's all kinds of different builders that do new construction options in here, so there's all kinds of options to choose from. A lot of these homes do back to a golf course, which is really nice as well, if that's something you're looking for. But plenty of opportunity here in Liberty, from things in the kind of low 200,000s all the way up to north of 2 million. Here in a luxury neighborhood like this, Liberty's really got something for everyone. And again, if you're thinking about making a move here to Kansas City and you're interested in Liberty, we'd be happy to help you sort through those options and figure out what might make the most sense for you. Now that we've had a chance to take a look around the city, let's talk about the pros and cons of life in Liberty. Let's start with the good stuff. One of the best things about Liberty is that it pretty much offers anything you could ever want or need in daily life. There's easy access to grocery stores and restaurants, and even fun things to do with the kids, like a trampoline park, a bowling alley, and a movie theater. There really isn't much that you'd have to leave Liberty to go find. Liberty is also only about 20 minutes from Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun, which are two separate theme parks located in the Northland. Having these so close is such a huge plus. If you are wanting to find more to do though, living in Liberty makes it pretty easy to get around the city because of the easy access to the highway system. 152 runs east and west into and out of Liberty, and it intersects with I-35, which runs north and south. This makes it convenient to head downtown into the city for work or a night out. If you have kids, Liberty may be a great option for you because of how highly the schools are ranked. Liberty schools are ranked 8th in the entire Kansas City area by niche, and it's the #1 district in Clay County. If you're wanting to be on the Missouri side of Kansas City, it's one of the top options. Another huge bonus for families in Liberty is the Capitol Federal Sports Complex. This is a huge piece of property with several turf baseball and softball fields, as well as 6 full-size soccer fields. They host all kinds of youth and adult sports programs here throughout the year, and they also have 8 stocked ponds that allow fishing, and one of them is specifically designated for kids only, which makes it really fun. Liberty is great, but just like any suburb, it has its downsides too. One of the biggest drawbacks to life in Liberty is the traffic. Liberty has really grown over the last several years, and that's a really good thing, but it also comes at a cost. Like we said before, 152 highway runs east and west into and out of Liberty. A lot of shopping and restaurants sit right off this highway. It kind of acts like this main artery through the first part of the city, which means it can get pretty congested at times.
The other thing that makes traffic tough here is the intersection between 152 and I-35. My wife's family lives in a smaller town north of where we live, and depending on the route that we take, we often have to pass through Liberty to get to I-35 as we head north to go see them. 152 runs through Liberty, so speeds slow down, and there are several stoplights between the edge of Liberty and I-35. Sometimes you're just trying to get from one highway to another, but you have to fight the traffic from all the Liberty residents just trying to shop or eat at places right along the highway. It's not too bad most of the year, but I do try to avoid it as best we can around the holidays. It definitely feels like the traffic is worse around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
So what do you think about Liberty? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you're thinking about a move to KC, we would love to help you. Shoot us an email at hello@themarsgroup.com or click the link in the description below to book a quick call with us.